Hey guys, this is Matt, the resale champ. And this week I thought I would try something which I really haven't done. And it's a what sold type thing. So what sold this week? Because I had some unique items that I did not, or you would not, most people would think would not sell, at this time of the year in the middle of July where we are. And it is brutally hot. I am talking extremely hot where I'm at in Florida. You walk outside, it's the kind of heat that just hits you where you can hardly breathe because it is so hot. And I sold not one, but two jackets this week on eBay. So I thought what I would do is go through those items and maybe everything else that sold this week on eBay and kind of talk about where I got them, how much I paid for them, how long it took to sell, and maybe we could find some options for you guys to look at when you're out looking for stuff to sell on eBay, and maybe some do's or don'ts along with that. And this will probably be maybe 15 minutes max, and we'll see how this does. I might do a few more of these and just see what if what kind of interest I have. If I get a lot of views, then maybe we'll keep doing them, and hopefully it'll be a benefit to you guys. So let me pull up the first thing. Now, some of you may remember that if you've watched last week's video, pretty sure I did last week's, last week's was a big mega electronics haul. So over 30 items that I packaged and prepped and got ready to send into Amazon. And then I listed a handful on eBay. One of those items, the biggest and heaviest, of course, already sold. So let's get that up here. Here it is. Yes, my Zenith 13-inch color TV VCR combo sold within a few days, less than a week, obviously. And I had priced it, the way I did the pricing on this, because it's a little tricky. I basically wanted to, $100 out of it. I had it, I think originally $99.99, and then plus the way I do most of my shipping on eBay is I do calculated shipping because I don't like to lose money. So I get an idea of the weight of the item within a box, and then I put that weight and hopefully close to what the accurate measurements would be. The trick is now with calculated is you have to be right on those measurements because it's dimensional weight now. And so an inch or two on the height can make a difference in almost double the shipping cost. So you have to be real careful. And my research, on this, I felt like I should be able to get $100 for it. This I received actually free, I believe. This was not part of that. I mean, it is part of that haul, but it did not come from the same person. This was actually a guy that flips houses, had said, "Hey, I've got some electronics in here. If you want them," it's a guy that I've worked with before. He actually was our realtor and sold our old house. So he said, "Hey, if you want them," I said, "Yeah, I'll take them." So I think he posted on Facebook. I was like, "Hey, I'll go grab those." So I did get that at no cost. You have to be careful on the cost on these things because of what you're going to pay in fees and shipping. I did list this. I decided originally I would have listed this $99.99 plus calculated shipping, which this calculated shipping, it'll give a giant range based on what you choose for your carriers. So if you choose priority mail, it's going to be a huge cost. If you choose like Parcel Select or Retail Ground or FedEx or whatever, it'll show cheaper pricing to the customer. But it also generally it'll show you a giant range of like, $20 to $50. So you don't know what the customer's going to see because it's based on where their location is in the US. And of course the weight and the dimensions that you put in there. So after giving it some thought, Um, one of the accounts I follow on Instagram, Baskets Vintage, I mentioned them last time. You know, basically they suggested don't do calculated shipping, but kind of figure, you know, on the stuff that's under 10 pounds, I want to say they said calculate about 25 bucks or less. And then on the items over, figure, you can ship FedEx for probably $35 or so. This item was 27 pounds, I want to say, and which is heavy. And of course, it's bulky. Now, it's not giant because it's a 13-inch, but by the time you pack it, and I probably should have put up some pictures there. I posted, if you'll follow me on Instagram, go check out my Instagram account. It's Resale Champ on Instagram. I have pictures of how I packed this item, how I wrapped it. I wrapped it in bubble wrap, and I put it, basically I wrapped it like I did my other, if you watch last week's video, bubble wrapped it, the furniture wrap, taped it, and then I put it in a giant box with peanuts because I had a bunch of shipping peanuts. So I used those. I figured I might as well use them. So I used everything that I currently had, and I feel like it's going to be pretty safe. But yeah, if you want to see pictures of what it looks like, go check out my Instagram account. If you're not following me, please follow me at Resale Champ, and I tend to post things on there that are, well, they're all related to reselling for the most part. So this item I decided to do, instead of the $99.99 calculated shipping, I did $149.99 free shipping, as you can see. So it says, let me get this back on the bigger screen here. All right, so you'll see it's $149.99. It actually shows fast and free to me. I don't know if it shows that to everybody else. Gently used but not abused. I did test this out. As you can see, it is playing a VHS tape currently right there. So I took a picture of it actually working. So this is a good idea if you're selling something, if you can get a picture of it actually working, that will probably help you sell it. And anyway, I took pictures of the front and back and so on. So anyway, this did sell. It sold for $149.99. Right after this sold, I saw a post by the same Baskets Vintage account. They sold an GE one of these, exact same 13-inch VCR combo on Etsy for over $200 plus shipping. So I obviously listed this in the wrong place. I should have put this on Etsy because you can sell vintage and then handmade on Etsy. I'm not an Etsy seller. I do have an account, but I generally don't sell on there, so I didn't think about it. But I might try to go cross-list the items I have. The other electronic items, I've got 6 or 7. I haven't done this yet, but I probably should go cross-list those. Anyway, I spent enough time on this. I did ship this out. Cost me $35 FedEx home delivery, which is not terrible. So I'm guessing probably another 15 in fees or so. So I'm going to end up with about $100 for this item, for this TV VCR. And I probably could have gotten more if I had listed it on Etsy. All right, so I sold this just recently. I just shipped that out Friday, I think. All right, here's my first jacket. So remember I told you I sold a jacket. This jacket sold for $39.99. It is a Polo Sport Ralph Lauren. It's got Polo Sport Ralph Lauren with the flag on the sleeve. And I did, of course, I charged shipping, like I said, on most things. This had shipping charged on it. This just recently sold. Now, I had this jacket. I bought it at a yard sale in my old neighborhood. I want to say I got 3 jackets from the guys. They were all Polo, Ralph Lauren jackets, and different. Yeah, this was the light windbreaker. I did not like this jacket. I got it for myself, and because it's a pullover. See how it's a quarter right here? You can see it's a quarter zipper. So it's a pullover, and I didn't like the pullover. I like it where I can, if it's a full zip all the way down. So I didn't really wear it. I wore it a handful of times and decided to list it. And sure enough, it actually sold on this week on eBay. for $39.99. So surprise, surprise. And along with that, let me skip over to my other jacket. This jacket sold. So this jacket is a Ralph Lauren polo denim trucker jacket. I got this at a thrift store, and I got it a while back, and it's been listed for a little while, and it is in great condition. I only paid like $5 or $6 for this jacket, and as you can see, I started it out at $74.99. It's been listed over 6 months, so it's on sale and clearance, so about 7 months probably. And it did sell for 50. Actually, I ended up selling it $59.99 free shipping. So this one I had shipping on it. I did not have best offer. I rarely put best offer. I generally only do that on items that I've had listed over a year or longer, and I'm just trying to get rid of it because I hate the feature on best offer where they don't pay. So until the eBay gets that fixed, I will not put best offer on all my listings. Since right now they can do a best offer, you accept, and then they can sit there for a week and not pay you. So this one, somebody just messaged me and said, "Hey, I want, will you do it $55 shipped?" And so what I thought, I gave it some thought. I've had it listed for, like I said, over 6 months. I know in August next month, I would have reduced it to 30% off. So I just told them, I sent them a message back and said, "Hey, I changed it from shipping to free shipping. So instead of $55, it would be, I'll let you do $59.99 shipped." And what this did, instead of me doing best offer, I just changed it on the listing. I had several watchers on this. So what that did is that kind of created an urgency that said, "Hey, anybody can go buy this now at $59.99 free shipping." And this way he had to pay for it immediately when he bought it, and he did. And so I sold 2 jackets in the middle of the heat wave in July. So don't think on, well, I've got all these jackets, I'm going to wait till October, till fall to list them. And I've heard the same thing. I'm not a big Christmas seller, but I've heard Christmas sells all year round. I'm sure it does. And so don't, go ahead and list items. Especially now that eBay is allowing you, almost unlimited listings with a store. There's no reason to not, get your items that are seasonal. You never know. So I was happy to get a $60 and a $40. So those 2 jackets are $100 off of maybe a $10 investment in jackets that I sold this week. All right, so let's move on to the next item. So this is a Ed Hardy purse. So it had leather and denim, and this thing sold for $49.99 plus shipping. And I was very happy about this. This I got, I want to say this came from that church rummage sale a while back. Maybe $1, $2 into this. And this first picture, you can see now what I did, this thing was all flat and kind of wrinkled and not in great shape. And what I did, you can see these first pictures here, where is the white background removal that eBay offers. So looks pretty nice. I stuffed these with air pillows. So when I listed this purse, it would have been just flat and kind of yucky looking. Here's the interior of it. And it had a little wallet that came with it, which is kind of nice. So on this one, what was unique about this is, again, somebody messaged me on this and said, "Hey, I want this for my daughter's birthday. Can you hold it for me? I can pay you in like a day." And you can't really do holds on eBay, so I wasn't going to take the listing down, but I did offer. I said, "Look, I'll put best offer on it. Offer me, the full price, and I'll accept it, and then you could just pay me within 24 hours." And that's what she did. So I put best offer on it. She bought it without paying, and later that night or overnight, she actually paid it the next day, and it shipped out. So this purse, again, maybe a couple dollars, sold for $49.99. This one was not listed. It was listed less than 6 months. All right, so next I'm going to go through, I've got about 5 more things. We're already at 15 minutes. So I'm going to go through these a little quicker now. These Levi shorts I've had forever. They're new at tags. You can tell I've had it forever. For one reason, it's 50% off, and I generally at 6 months I start 50% off, and then I do. You can see these pictures are old. Um, you can see, like in this picture, you can see my phone shadow from where I was taking the picture. So, and these are all washed out. The lighting sucks on these things. They're a terrible picture. It did sell for $19.99. I probably could have sold it better at a higher price and quicker with better pictures. So that's something you learn. Like I said, this has probably been listed almost a year. These I originally had sent in to Amazon, and they got restricted. Levi's got restricted on Amazon, so they got sent back, and I put them on eBay. I think actually they've been on there for maybe 2 years or longer. So I was happy they sold for $20 plus shipping. So glad to get rid of those. And they actually were my size, but I don't wear these. I mean, I don't wear this design. I didn't really care for them. So glad those finally sold. Now this hat, oh my goodness. So I found this hat in a thrift store, paid $1, maybe $2 on this hat. It is new. So this is a new hat. So you can see here's the tag on it, $9.99. Had the original tag on it. It's vintage 70s easily. For the Denver Broncos Super Bowl hat, snapback, with a mesh trucker type hat. And I didn't know, I just thought, hey, let me see. I tried, as you can see, I listed it for $100, $99.99. Well, it never sold. Obviously, at that price, I didn't know what the market would be. Finally, as you can see, this thing's been listed a couple of years. It went to 75% off, and finally sold for $25. So I was happy to get rid of that because I've had it forever. This is actually a retail arbitrage item. I was selling this on eBay, on Amazon, and it got restricted, so it got sent back. Well, what's nice about this, I had 2 of them. They've been there forever. Same person bought both at $50 a piece. So I had a $99, $100 sale on these 2. Now I've got money into these. These aren't, I probably spent, $25 to $30 a piece on these. So, it's not really a loss, but I was glad to get that $100 back out of these. And they sold, and they've been listed a very long time. And then now what's unique about this bell tone, this was part of an electronics haul that I did maybe a month ago. This sold for $24.99, free shipping. The customer got it, said it did not work with their hearing aids, and so sent it back. And so I relisted it, which is something I learned from Jason T. Smith in his videos. I relisted it higher for $29.99, and then within a day it sold again. So there's a little tip for you. Don't get upset about returns. When the return comes back, list it higher, put it back on, let it sell. This sold for another $5. It covered basically my free shipping back because I do free returns. So, and it sold again, and hopefully this one sticks. It sold this week, so we'll see. Hopefully that does not go anywhere. Now here's another, this was a retail arbitrage item that I bought from Ulta, and I didn't really make any money on this. So I was just recouping my money because I went to sell this for Amazon. Again, it got restricted, so I could not sell it on Amazon. And so now it is off to eBay. So this person, I think I've probably got $15 or $20 into this item, and sold for $22.49. So really no money there. I'm just basically recouping my money. And then this is a typical thrift find. Now this item I picked up just within, I would say this month, sometime earlier in July or the end of June. It's been listed less than a month. I got this for $0.25 at a yard sale. Now this is a vintage, so they did a remake of these, I think in the 2000s. So this one is a vintage from the 80s. This is exactly how it came. Picked it up just like this for a quarter, had that outfit on it, had the shoes on it, and I listed it based on comps for $24.99 plus shipping, and it sold. So it sold in less than a month. So keep your eye out for these at a good price. I mean, I wouldn't pay probably $5, which I doubt people are trying to get that much out of them. But you can tell, I'll show you right here on the back of the head, it'll have the date on it. So it says right here, 1978, 1982. So that's what I put in the listing, and that's how you'll know it's vintage. And so keep your eye out for vintage Cabbage Patch. I mean, they're not huge sellers, but I'll be glad that I'll take 25 cents and turn it into $24.99 all day, especially if I can flip that in a month. So I would think you'd see a lot of these. I mean, they shouldn't be that hard to find. And that is it. So within the last week, I don't sell, like I said, my eBay stuff, I've told before, I do part-time eBay. And typically it's a lot of returns or thrifted items that I find at yard sales and stuff like that. Thrift stores, mostly yard sales, because I hardly ever go to thrift stores anymore. And there you go. So, some good, decent profit on these. But the surprise was the jackets. $100 worth of jacket sales just this week in the middle of a heat wave in July. So get that seasonal stuff listed. Don't wait till fall, because people like me are selling right now stuff for the winter. Again, check out how I did my packing for that big TV that sold, and that sold quick too. So if you get those, I mean, just make sure you've got the packing supplies to be able to ship. But you can get $100 to $200 depending on whether you put it on eBay or Etsy. If it's worth your time, it took me an hour probably to wrap that and get it ready, pack it for shipping. So, I don't know that I'd want to do that all day long, but it was nice, to get rid of that. I got it free. If I'd spent $25, it probably wouldn't have been worth it to me. So keep that in mind. Follow me on it's at Resale Champ on Instagram. If you have not subscribed already, subscribe. I'll do more videos like this, how-to videos, haul videos, stuff like that, at least once a week, which what I've been doing for the most part. So stay tuned for more videos coming up in the future, and I look forward to hopefully helping you out with some more BOLOs, things to look for to sell on eBay. Thanks a lot for joining me, and I will see you next week.